Hello. Welcome to the stream, everybody. It's another stream, it's another day. It's me, again. I hope you're all doing good and having a lovely Saturday. As you can see here, we have the SCP website. I think I'm at the right place. Pretty sure. Hold on. Let me just do this. Because this is befitting of the stream. I have to be a little bit smarter because we're studying something today. I asked you guys to submit SCPs for me to look into because I felt like it would probably fit into the spirit of the month. So we're gonna be looking at some SCPs and having a little bit of fun with it. Solon is joining the Umarmy as a horse private. Welcome to the Umarmy. PT starts at 0600. I'm trying to like get my energy back from the gym. I didn't go on a run today, but I was still late. I'm probably gonna run after the stream, but yeah, my bad. I was having technical difficulties, which is kind of normal for me, but I wasn't sure how I was gonna set this up. Is it too late to submit? Once I go through my list, I might ask for additional submissions depending on how long it takes to get through these, but otherwise I'm not able to like pull up my forms right now. I kind of already have this list going on, so thank you very much. I'm doing good today. I hope all of you are having a good day as well. Hopefully I can learn from this. I'm not really sure how this works because people told me it's like kind of horror related, or some of them are just unsettling and some of them are like jokes or weird or something. I vaguely understand SCPs because like when I was a kid, someone showed me one to fuck with me. But other than that, I mean, I don't really know anything about them, so I haven't looked at them in over a decade. It's been a while. Oh, it's creepypastas. That's pretty old school, man. That's alrighty. 13974 is given 4 carrots, a slight of coffee. Thank you. I think I have sufficient energy. I got a lot of sleep today. It's just weird. I'm normally like dosed up on caffeine throughout the day, but since it's a weekend, I just replaced that with actual sleep instead. SCP is horror for those who like to read, but they're not all scary, right? I'm a little bit confused on how I navigate the website, because they're labeled with Roman numerals, which I can read Roman numerals. I mean, I'm American, but everybody knows how to read those, right? And I think they're like numbered from there. Yeah, so it's like a numbering system. There's not too many. A lot of these have really kind of scary names, so I'm a little bit worried about this. Founded in horror and phenomenon, but since they vary since anyone can make them and add them to the list. So it's like writing version of DeviantArt then? Because that's how DeviantArt was, right? It was like, it was a different time. I don't know. Lance is given 1.99 carrots to say SCPs are like horses, they bite. I don't think all of them bite, right? No. Maybe there's some good SCPs out there. We'll see though. Arcades is given 2 carrots to say SCP-35604, Tomoe, a horse who is president. Do not pet. Alrighty. Let's see what you guys submitted. The first on my list, I guess I'll just go through the series. Oh, okay, so the first Roman numeral is, so it's like by thousands, I think? Okay, that makes it a little bit easier. The first one that was submitted was 3008. 1F5678 is given 5 carrots to say shout out to the old folks on 4chan's X-board for making OG SCPs. Crazy how things are after all these years. What year did this start then? What was the first year? It has ratings. What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? You're able to rate them? I mean, you can search for them, but this seems a lot easier. It's like navigational friendly. They deleted some. There used to be over 9,009. Does that mean that somebody had to like manually go through them and delete things? SCP upvotes. Does that keep them on the website or something? This is an object class. I don't know if that has any meaning. The class is the ability to be contained. How does this work? Am I like looking at this wrong? Am I supposed to read something before I start reading SCPs? Like, is there like a beginner guide? I know it says guide for newcomers, that's why I'm asking. Like, do I actually need to read that before I start reading these? Need to like push up my glasses. I'm learning from you guys. You guys have to walk me. Okay, just read. The retail part containing SCP-3008 has been purchased by the Foundation and... What the fuck is this? Why is it censored? Converted into site, blank. All public roads leading to or passing by site blank have been redirected. Redacted. Oh, it's redacted. Okay. Not for official use. It's no FUOU. For official use. Wait, FOU. Wait, yeah, FOUO. I'm not good with acronyms off the top of my head. Black boxes are scary? No, that used to be like a thing for like recordings, right? There's like the black box, and that has like essential information. Also, isn't there like an SCP game that's actually like scary or something? Oh, alright. Welcome to the stream. Tomoe normally plays games. Today she's doing SCP website because Spooky Month. Yes. I do normally play games. Although I try to do different activities too. I've just been mostly playing games this month. But it's stuff like this. It's fun to like step outside the box. The black redacted box, I guess we're stepping out. Oh, I saw in black box on planes. Oh, so that's where I'd heard that before. SCP containment breach. I gotcha. Mildly OCD has given 5 carrots to say SCPs are supposed to read like documents under a secret organization that contains them, if they can. Does that mean I'm like a government agent? Holy shit. Alright. That means I'm pretty cool, you know. I feel pretty cool today. I can read this. The entrance to SCP-3008 is monitored at all times, and no one is to enter SCP-3008 outside of testing as permitted by the senior researcher. Humans exiting SCP-3008 are to be detained and then debriefed prior to administration of amnesia. Huh? It's the forgive.
Hold on to your dookie. It's time to get spooky.
Dependent upon the duration of their stay in SCP-3008, a cover story may need to be generated prior to their release. Any other entities exiting SCP-3008 are to be terminated. So when they go in, they have to be monitored, and then they come out, and then... Okay. That was a beautiful silver apple, by the way. Tomoe is a D class? No, I got pretty good grades when I was in school. I got pretty good grades. It's a secret society that operates like a stereotypical 3-letter agency. This is very layered. Solon is given 20 little carrots to say horse is info hazard expunged. What does that mean? Also, are there normally like illustrations with this? I vaguely remember the one when I was shown as a kid, there was like a scary illustration like off to the side over here. Like on the side. It's, I zoomed in a little bit so you guys would be able to read it better, but there's actually no extra thing over there. SCP-3008 is a large retail unit previously owned by and branded as an IKEA. IKEA. Just Google IKEA. I would, but I don't know what's in my search history right now, so I'm not gonna bore you with the details of what an IKEA looks like. If you guys are curious, just Google that real quick. Aren't all IKEAs spooky? I feel like it's really easy to get lost in there. A person entering SCP-3008 through the main entrance and then passing outside of the doors will find themselves translocated to SCP-3008-1. The displacement will typically go unnoticed as no change will occur from the perspective of the victim. They will generally not become aware until they try to return to the entrance. That's like when you get lost in malls, though. You want to see my search history? No, it's more so I don't know if Google's gonna like show my location. That's what I'm more worried about. Bing betrayed me once, not on stream, but like I think I was screen sharing. Luckily it was like with a friend, so they understood. Like it wasn't that big of a deal, but it was like, holy shit, I really need to be more careful. It's terrifying. It's terrifying, really. It really is. Hello, how do you do? Welcome to the stream. I am doing good today. Thank you. Mildly OCD is given 5 carrots to say in layman's. Safe means you can keep it in a box. Euclid means you can... Oh, you need a few locks on the box. And then Keter means you need multiple boxes and locks. So it's like a danger scale. Okay. So IKEA is like slightly dangerous. Is that like a Chuck E. Cheese in the modern day? It seems pretty dangerous. Nobody goes in there anymore. Let's see. It's a space resembling the inside of an IKEA furniture store, extending far beyond the limits of what could physically be contained within the dimensions of the retail unit. Okay, so the thing about IKEAs is... I'm sure all of you have been to an IKEA at least once, but the thing that fucks with me about IKEAs the most is nobody has rooms that nice. Have you guys ever gone into somebody's room before and it resembles like one of the enclosed spaces of the IKEAs? Maybe that's where all of like the home designers put their degrees to use. Maybe they just work in IKEAs. I'm not really sure. You've never been to an IKEA? What the hell? They're so nice. People occasionally die. Maybe a lot of people. Well, maybe they shouldn't break the rules. Sometimes you die when you break the rules. That's why the rules are written. That's like how it is with a lot of things. When it comes to safety, they add those precautions because somebody died doing some stupid shit. It's like, sure, you can normally do it in a dangerous way and not get hurt, but then some dumbass has to ruin it for everybody else. And now, look at it, we have to wear harnesses and hard hats and carry guns when going into the forest with bears. It's really quite problematic. Those rooms are too perfect. It's terrifying. Exactly! Like, throw some trash on the floor or something. Give me something to work with here. You're too chaotic to follow the man's rules. SCP... Wait, SCP-3008 -1 is inhabited by an unknown number of civilians trapped within prior to containment. Gathered data suggests that they have formed a rudimentary civilization within SCP-3001-8 fuck, I can't read! I'm so bad at reading. Including the construction of settlements and fortifications for the purpose of defending against SCP-3008-2. The more you know. Words are hard, okay? Words are hard. I promise I'm good with words. It's just reading is hard. Need better glasses? No. The military issued glasses are to die for. They're very, yeah. The more you know, the more you wish you didn't. No, it's okay. I'm gonna learn about creatures here. This is pretty long, though. I heard this was a longer one. I think. SCP-3008-2 are humanoid entities that exist within SCP-3008-1. How many, like, subcategories are there of SCPs normally? I feel like there's a lot of rules I'm missing here. Like, there's more layers to this than I could ever fathom. While superficially resembling humans, they possess exaggerated and inconsistent bodily proportions, often described as being too short or too tall. They possess no facial features and in all observed cases wear a yellow shirt and blue trousers consistent with the IKEA employee uniform. That's right, only weird people work at an IKEA. When's the last time you've ever actually met someone who says, yeah, I used to work at an IKEA, it was really fun. Exactly, you've been in IKEAs, but you've never actually met any of the employees outside of work. It's like they practically live in there. Maybe in the rooms that are a little bit too perfect, huh? No, probably not. I think it's just a coincidence. Let's just give it 4.99 carats to clarify, the containment rating is only related to how difficult it is to contain, not how difficult it is. Ah, that makes sense. I got you, bro. I got you. I do have a point. I know, man. It's weird. There's something off about it. I haven't been to an IKEA in a long time, man. You only go like once a year. That's it. That's like your one and done. It's like the IKEA pilgrimage or some shit. So it's like how you only make one trip to the Bass Pro Shop pyramid in your lifetime. There's like a certain amount of times you can visit certain retail locations per year or decade. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. You've never been to IKEA or Costco. Don't you need a membership thingy to go to Costco? I think. Pretty sure. SCP-3008-1 has a rudimentary day-night cycle determined by the overhead lighting within the space activating and deactivating at times consistent with the opening and closing time of the original retail store. During the night, instances of SCP-3008-2 will become violent towards all other life forms within SCP-3008-1. During these bouts of violence, they have been heard to vocalize phrases in English that are typically variations of "the store is now closed, please exit the building." You know, honestly, envisioning this is really unnerving. And maybe that's the point of SCPs. I know this is supposed to be like a tame one, right? It's supposed to be tame, but just like thinking about it, like ominously tall or distorted employees, and then they're like speaking phrases that are like fucked up. It's How long is this? It's not much longer. It's about the end. Once day begins, SCP-3008-2 instances immediately become passive and begin moving throughout SCP-3008-1 seemingly at random. Is that like the Slenderman stuff? How they like teleport? But Slenderman, it used to be really scary, right? But then people don't really play it anymore, or they're not afraid of it anymore. I don't know. Speaking with no mouth as well. Yeah, that's advanced NPC shit right there. It's not a great first SCP. It's okay, we're almost done. But if the other ones are shorter, those are probably gonna be easier to digest. It's fine, it's fine. It's like when you're about to like dive into the water and somebody pushes you off the board. Am I afraid of Slenderman? I'm afraid of everything horror related. I'm kind of a bitch when it comes to horror. That's not a secret. It's not a secret. More if you open incident. We're not gonna open incident. That's too much reading for a fucking IKEA store. I love IKEA, but I don't love IKEA that much, alright? I'm not a fucking IKEA fanatic. I'm not one of those people who like buy t-shirts of my favorite store. Although, maybe I'd do that for Target. Targets are pretty great. Once day begins, SCP-3008-2 instances immediately become passive. Okay, yep. They are unresponsive to questioning or any other verbal cues in the state, though. They will react violently if attacked. Most people would. Almost done. She doesn't die. Shut up! It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. SCP-3008-1 is known to have one or more exits located within, though these exits do not appear to have a fixed position, making it difficult to leave SCP-3008-1 once inside. Well, that doesn't make sense because you're not supposed to be able to get out, right? It like is a distorted location. Using any other door besides the main entrance to enter the structure, breaking through the walls of the retail unit lead to non-anomalous interior of the original store. Okay. Since containment began, 14 individuals have managed to escape SCP-3008. Following extensive debriefing, all individuals have been administered anesthetics and released. Okay. Is Tomoe an SCP? I don't think so. I don't think so. A human male exited SCP-3008, followed 10 seconds later by an instance of SCP-3008-2. Wait, I thought these goods were distorted and not supposed to leave. That doesn't make sense. SCP-3008-2 caught and killed the man before itself being terminated by armed response personnel. Oh, this incident represents the only time an instance of SCP-3008-2 has been seen exiting SCP-3008. Okay, that does make sense. It is consistent. A full autopsy of the corpse is performed. See, oh my god, this is really detailed. Okay. Okay. Oh, the forget stuff. Ugh. Hello, horse. Hello to you too. Welcome to the stream. We're learning today. This man was seen carrying an IKEA branded journal, seeming to document his time in SCP-3008-1. Transcribed below in verbatim. Who the fuck has an IKEA? Alright, we're gonna go on to another. He stole something? Do people get violent about shoplifters? Is that a thing? Alright. Let me delete that off my list now. I do have a list. I have a list of SCPs gathered. Hopefully the other ones, I mean, I'll probably go more into it, but this is a longer intro. Let's see. The next one is 1156. Hopefully this isn't too scary. Resize it. What the fuck is this? It's safe. It's safe, apparently. Horse SCP? Huh? Alright, let's see what this is about. Let's get cracking at this. SCP-1056 is to be kept in a 50 by 50 by 50 centimeter. Isn't that cubic centimeters then? 10-digit combination safe with biometric confirmation when not being used for testing. Only personnel involved in SCP-1056 research and testing may have access to the object. Okay. All tests require prior authorization by the site director and by research staff with level 3 clearance or higher. Tests on living subjects must be conducted in a secure testing facility meeting level 2 containment guidelines to prevent modified subjects from escaping. All objects altered by SCP-1056 must be kept in Class E ablative storage for 48 hours after turn. What the fuck is it though? What is it? What's a centimeter? I don't fucking know either, man. Just like do it in like inches or something, you know, something that people actually understand. The creation of any object or organism over 200 kilograms must be approved by the site director. SCP-1056 superficially resembles a burnished chrome kitchen timer with numbers ranging from 0.25 to 4 and an activation button on the right hand side. Oh, it's like a stopwatch, I think. That's an SCP, that's the whole thing, you don't know what it is. Oh, so it's like a guessing game, kinda. I don't know what the heck a kilometer is. How am I supposed to... Exactly, it doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. How many meters are there? I don't know her. I've never, meet her. I don't know how that joke goes. Fuck, whatever, you get the point. Alright, so we got a kitchen timer. Looks like it could be anything. A 1 by 1.25 meter wire mesh platform is connected to the device by a 3 meter insulated... What the fuck is that word? Molybdenum carbide wire coated with the I don't understand, bro. I don't understand. I thought this shit was supposed to be scary. This is even more confusing than the IKEA one. Why'd you guys submit these? What does this mean? Molybdenum. Okay. Molybdenum. Alright. Molybdenum disulfide and an unidentified organometallic complex. The mesh is capable of folding into a 27 by 35 centimeter square. When the device is set to a number and the side button is pushed, any objects in direct contact with the wire mesh platform will scale up or down in size by a factor corresponding to the number setting. Mildly OCD, give him 5. Cares to say try SCP-504. It's a short, straightforward one, but funny. I'll put that on my list. Let's see. Oh, that's already on my list. Okay. That works out. No worries, bro. I'll check it out next. Molybdenum. That doesn't mean that I'm Army. It just means I'm bad at reading. There's a difference, buddy. There's a difference. The device was recovered by SCP personnel following reports of unusual behavior among students at the redacted high school in redacted PA. Of course it'd be in Pennsylvania. It's a weird ass state. I'm not even surprised, bro. School officials began an investigation when teachers reported that a number of students were behaving unusually. What else is new? They're high schoolers, man. Specifically, the students displayed significantly impaired language skills, abnormally poor attention span, long-term memory, and impulse control. I feel kind of attacked right now. Medical examination of the students revealed the presence of numerous vascular and nervous system abnormalities. Foundation personnel recovered the device at the home of one of the students who had presumably been using it for recreational purposes. Yeah. Jack of Trace is given 10 carrots to say SCP-18, please. Shout outs to #CloneArmy? What is that? Yeah, down there. I'll see. As long as it's not too scary. As long as you guys aren't trying to scare the shit out of me. But you guys wouldn't do that, right? You don't want to see me afraid. Halloween is it's meant to be fun. You know how they say like trick or treat? That's like the spirit of the month. I'm more of like a treat type of person rather than like a trick. You know? Like not one of those assholes who pops out of the bushes and like screams at small children and traumatizes them for the rest of their lives so that they never want to engage in anything remotely horror related again. No, I'm more so the type that gives them like for some reason my brain went to like an apple with a razor blade in it. But no, I'm not that type of horse. I will give them like a full-size candy bar. I'll be nice, okay? That'll be the best treat ever. They'll remember that positively. Or I could give them candy cigarettes. But then they might develop a smoking addiction in their older age, so probably not. 1F5678 is given 2 carrots to say I live in PA and confirm that this is canon. That makes sense! Don't touch random timers, I guess. Or scales, whatever the fuck this is. How many SCPs were submitted? Let me count. That's like 25 or so. We'll get through this though. Have faith in the system. I know we're 31 minutes in and I've only gotten through like 1.5, but bear with me here. No cigarette candies, bro. They're just sugar. It's just pure sugar. It makes you look cool. You can like lean up against a lamppost in the middle of the night with a candy cigarette and say, hey. Yep, you're just that guy. You're just that guy in a trench coat. Alrighty, back to reading. Foundation personnel recover the device at the home. Yep. The only indicator of the manufacture or distribution of the device is a 4x1 centimeter imprint on the bottom of the device reading the factory. Usually it's like made in China, so you know this shit's wrong. All electronic components are of generic make. The manner in which objects are resized appears to follow a set of rules that varies depending upon the complexity and function of the object. Simple inanimate objects such as minerals, metals, and plastic scale up or down to precisely to 4 significant figures, the scale indicated without any regard to molecular or microscopic scale. For instance, a 5 centimeter stainless steel cube on the 3 settings scaled up to a 15.1 centimeter cube that was indistinguishable in a molecular composition from the original cube, but that differed on a microstructural scale. Average grain size on the 2 cubes was identical, and the individual grains on the small cube did not scale up to the large cube. That's some nerd shit right there, if I've ever seen it. That's definitely some nerd shit. And you get mugged by a hobo who thought you had real cigs, they get pissed that you scammed them, so they stomp your skull. That's terrifying. That maybe in PA that's how it is, but no, that's it's all a bunch of numbers. I quite like physics, and I think this is more chemistry though. This is the sort of things you would see in a chemistry class, so I think that's interesting. But yeah, that's typically how it works. Like the actual structure doesn't change just because there's like more of it. I know some of these words. That's what we have the glasses for. SCP-1056 appears to scale complex devices and biological organisms with some attempt to maintain the functional properties of the object or organism. For instance, the microprocessors of electronic devices are often modified if the altered scale would result in a non-functional transistor gates, insufficient power, or excessive heat buildup. Wow! Devices that have been scaled down often have a reduced number of transistors and may demonstrate floating point errors. While all but the most complex mechanical objects scale relatively well, electronics are often rendered non-functional when scaled below 0.5 and above 3 of the original scale. This one is so fucking long! What the fuck? Who said that the IKEA one was long? Look how fucking long this is. What is the point? Why? Why? For what purpose? I don't hate reading, I'm just trying to understand, bro. Let's give a 9.9. I care to say my personal favorite SCP-140 is short, sweet, and unsettling. Why is it your favorite? It's also on the list though, so I'll be going over it. Don't worry. There's some that are much longer. Understood. Using it too much makes you stupid. Many such things in life. It's like if you relied too much on the calculator instead of doing mental math. Living organisms that have been resized by SCP-1056 retain their basic anatomical structure, but often experience significant reorganization of the circulatory, pulmonary, and especially nervous system. Cell size and composition remain identical to that seen in the original organism, but the number of cells increases or decreases proportionally to the change in volume. The only exception to the observation is the nervous system, where the average neuron may increase or decrease up to 25% in linear size, thus potentially becoming slightly under half or over twice the original volume. Oh my goodness. With negligible effects on the function. Interestingly, SCP-1056 appears to split the difference with single-celled organisms, slightly altering the average cell size and also altering the overall cell population. Well, shit, okay. Yeah, I'm not the best with words, but like I got spirit, you know? I'm not the most eloquent speaker. I'm not gonna be giving speeches at any funerals or anything anytime soon, or any weddings, or really anything that has any sort of meaning, you know? I'd really fumble the ball. And then everybody would start laughing at me. What SCP should be interesting yet not boring? I don't know. This writing is an SCP. No, it's just nerd shit. That's all it is. I tried an SCP game at Snell and got scared and came back here. Does that mean that most SCPs actually are scary and that you guys gave me like nice ones to not scare me? We'll see though, cause I've only just began this, so let's see what else is in this fucking heap of things. Let's dig into this a little bit deeper. Got a deep dive. Can we actually suggest spooky SCPs? Hey, hold your, let's not get hasty here. Bad technical writing? Honestly, I don't think this would get a good grade on a college chemistry paper. Like, I understand what they're going for, but like, look at this. This word was not necessary. Like, it could just fucking say folding. If you have to explain in parentheses so that people don't have to Google this shit, you should probably just use the literal word. You don't need to do scientific writing for this shit. This is unnecessary. Nobody understands. Alright? It's bloated? Yes, it needs to be concise. This is fucking word soup. SCP-1762? What the fuck is that? Is it scary? I'll put them at the bottom of the list because it's like I gotta get through what I can. I need to be more concise about this. Tell them, Tomo, I'm a bit of a writing nerd, so definitely not a reading nerd though. This is not the worst you've seen. You know what? That's a little bit comforting. Alright, let's see. Humans can be resized by SCP-1056 as low as 0.5 and as high as 0.75. Where's the fucking unit on it? Is it centimeters still? I don't understand, because if it's human, then... Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. With minimal change in function, shrinking humans often results in increased folding of the cerebral cortex, a reduction in average neuron volume, and a decrease in white matter. This appears to preserve cognitive function down to 0.5. 0.5 what? Who fucking knows? Attempts to scale humans below 0.5 results in a substantial decrease in cognitive function, language comprehension, and a short and long-term memory. Short and long-term memory what? I feel like there's a word missing there. Who fucking knows? Indicating that this is the minimal size required for human-like intelligence in a mammalian brain. Humans scaled above 1.25 demonstrate slowed reaction speeds, a reported increase in creativity, and a substantial improvement to long-term memory. Scaling beyond 1.5 greatly increased the risk of cardiovascular disease, stroke, aneurysm, and renal failure. The scaling of any organism beyond 3 is highly discouraged. Look at all these big words I know. Exactly, bro. What the fuck? The whole pseudos, yeah, it is a little bit of technobabble. I mean, this is like the best place to flex your writing creativity. Big words make me dizzy too, don't worry, bro. The mechanism. by which SCP-1056 institutes these changes in scales currently unknown. High-speed video footage of transformations up to 20,000 FPS indicate that the transformation is nearly instantaneous, as there is no apparent transition between forms. Isn't higher... Wait. I thought higher FPS was like bad in games. Or is that ping? Because FPS is frames per second. Okay, so now that's good. But then if you have high ping, then you get pissed off and start throwing and breaking shit. Okay. Alright. I remember my gaming terms. Interestingly, there are no apparent effects of atmospheric displacement, even when the volume created or destroyed is very large. I don't know if that's how that works, but okay. In a minority, roughly 8% of cases, an object altered by the device experiences a material instability and begins to undergo atomic decay within 36 hours of alteration. Living organisms and other objects with relatively low metal content have a considerably lower, roughly 3% chances of undergoing decay. This decay produces significant heat and energy, approximately 150 gigajoules per kilogram, around 6 orders of magnitude less than typical matter antimatter decay, but sufficiently high to render frequencies or high mass transformations inadvisable. What is there like can anyone like translate that, like dumb it down for me a little bit? Like, I don't know if I'm just really fucking slow today, or I'm gonna sip on some water. I don't know what I just read. You know what? Stay in school, kids. Write better than this. This shit doesn't make any sense. Hydration check, absolutely. Well, let's go on to the next SCP before my brain rots any more than it already has. That happened. Indubitably. Down here, SCP-938 is next. Blood and Thunder. What does it mean? I don't know. 173 is the original SCP? Is it? Is it? I'm just afraid that if I like randomly take the suggestions Okay, I'll do 504 next since it's on my list anyway. I could at least do that much. 938. Let's see. Is this the famous billboard haunts? This is I. I'm looking at SCPs right now. It's really an experience. Is this another long? Holy shit! Okay. I don't believe you guys when you say that there are shorter ones. There, now my hair is shorter at least. We'll go with that. SCP-938 is to be contained within Capacitor Bank 0. Oh, so this is the most dangerous class. You're not a billboard at all? I am. Trust me. Take my word for it. Biocontainment and Research Site 07. By the way, I know you guys say SCP-4, it started on 4chan, but what did it start as? Like, what was the point of it? What was the point? This bank is to consist of 427,500 EPCOS B4345 capacitors maintained within Storage Warehouse 0. Storage Warehouse 0 should be constructed of unreinforced high-strength concrete. Its interior walls, floor, and ceiling lined with 5 centimeters of insulating PVC. Oh, it's a rival creepypasta. Okay. That's interesting. Conceptually, that's pretty interesting. It was originally 173. Okay, I have to look at the original then, too. Aww. Peanut. The structure must be devoid of electrical wiring systems. Lighting should be provided by fiber optic cables routed underground from adjacent structures. Neither the fiber optic cables nor the cladding may be electrically conductive. Storage Warehouse 0 should be a minimum of 50 meters from adjacent structures. That's typically how, I think that's normal if you have something that's heating to like high levels. You can't have any conductive, you can't have anything flammable nearby. That's how it was in the past. At least I worked with something like that. This used to be longer? Oh. So you know this one. Capacitor storage racks are to be positioned over the warehouse's built-in floor drains. Capacitors containing SCP-938 appear to seep a dark red fluid, identified as redacted blood. What the fuck is this? In a manner visually similar to condensation. This is normal and not a sign that SCP-938 containment has been breached. This phenomenon may be ignored provided storage warehouse zeros, floor drains remain unobstructed, and precautions are taken to ensure this blood does not interfere with capacitors positioned below. It's an electrical predator? Ah. No, it's not horse blood! Don't say that. Horse blood's not even used in cooking. I know like pig blood is sometimes, but not horse blood. There's no reason. There's no reason to sacrifice horses like this. Should this phenomenon cease, Site Command is to be immediately informed of a potential breach of containment. So the blood is a good sign. So these are all like living creatures then? Or are some of them dead creatures? Huh. Both the structure and capacitor bank 0 should be inspected by 4 Class D personnel supervised by 2 clearance level 2 research personnel and at least 1 clearance level 3 security officer weekly or immediately following any electrical storm occurring within 20 kilometers. Blood is always a good sign. I mean, apparently in this case it is. No electronic devices are to be brought into Storage Warehouse 0 without prior authorization level of 4 research staff. Personnel implanted with pacemakers or metallic implants are denied access to the facility. Inspection personnel are encouraged to carry secondary chemical light sources of precaution against total lighting and power failure. You know, I'm thinking about this, and a lot of the time, I feel like I see creatures like this on the plot of like shitty Netflix horror movies. You know, like those ones you really have to dig to find? I'm not saying that the writing is bad or anything, but this seems like the type of evil that I would just like find in there. Like if yeah. You know what I mean? Like those movies in particular. SCP-938 is a predatory light. Oh, it's a predatory electrical entity. Yeah. Okay, that's what you guys were saying. The entity appears to exist as electrical potential of intensity similar to that which accompanies a moderate electrical storm. So that's why you have to inspect it after storms. Okay. Tomoe! It is me. Hello. A lot of modern horror tales notes from SCPs. Oh, they take the... Okay, that makes sense. Actually, yeah. No wonder. SCP-938 frequently travels with such storm. It enters electrical grids through lightning strikes, often causing a temporary loss of power. Upon infiltrating electrical grid, SCP-938 typically selects a single occupied structure to monitor. While dormant within power grids, the only known indication of SCP-938's presence are anomalous readings by devices sensitive to electromagnetic fields. This is kind of scary because, like, how the fuck do you deal with that? SCP chat goes outside and touches grass. No, we only eat grass around here, bro. But of course, it's that simple. Becomes active near electrical storms, just ground it. Yeah, just get like a grounding cord, bro. That should solve it. I think there was a stand in JoJo like this. The plot is thickening for sure. At least this one's more dangerous. SCP-938 becomes active upon an electrical storm entering within approximately 5 kilometers to its current location. Its behavior during this period of activity is characterized by interference with the function of electrical devices aimed at attracting the attention of individuals within the building. Individuals which attempt to interact with affected devices are electrocuted in all but 2 recorded instances. This has resulted in the immediate cessation of all neural impulses. In the aforementioned 2 instances, only the victims' hearts were stopped, both were successfully resuscitated, and both experienced long-term deleterious effects attributable to SCP-938's assault. Oh, there's an adenine. So basically, it's like when you fuck with, you know, like when they have like those exposed outlets and your hands are wet and you touch the wires accidentally and then you get viciously electrocuted. I think it's like that, but worse. This is so long. Apparently all of them are this long, bro. I didn't fucking know that. But it's kind of interesting. This one's kind of interesting, at least. Shortly afterwards, SCP-938 returns to the atmosphere as lightning, rapidly disassociating to the electrical potential and returning to its free state. SCP-938 has, on at least one occasion, vacated an occupied structure without attempting to attract the attention of residents or visitors, and twice after successful efforts which appeared aimed at attracting the attention of singular individuals. You've accidentally done that as a kid? Are you okay? I've been electrocuted before. That's probably how I ended up like this. A horsewoman. That's what happens. Don't let that happen to you guys. I don't know if this or the driver's exam stream had more reading. Yeah, it's hard to say. Surprised you went the reading route instead of video reactions? I'm not a react streamer, bro. I'm not a great reader by any means, but I'll read it. I'll read it and figure it out. Yup. I just have to drink a lot of water because I don't normally do this much reading. Metal pull and cement that would electrocute you if you what? Huh? What the hell? What do you mean? Analysis of high-precision electromagnetic field readings indicate anomalous, highly localized intensity fluctuations consistent with human neural activity in the vicinity of SCP-938. Conservative estimates place the lower bound of distinct neural patterns at approximately 100,000. Of this, 12 successfully isolated, 5 indicate average level of conscious thought, 4 indicate levels of activity above the norm, consistent with elevated stress levels, and 3 are consistent with stage N3 and REM sleep. I don't know much about sleep studies. If you ever want to watch a reading, Periodically, SCP-938 will fixate on an individual. These individuals are designated SCP-938-A. That's like that story I read of that dude who got hit with he got hit with thunder or thunder, lightning. He got struck by lightning several times throughout his life. That was really sad. I don't know how people are that unlucky, or maybe some people are just more conductive than others. Average DOD death by PowerPoint slide. Bro, I can read better than those slides at least, okay? This isn't that bad. Watching a reading from a dude could be scary? What do you mean? Is it because it has like more ominousness to it? I don't think I'm very good at setting the mood. Should I read this in a gloomier voice? Thunderstruck. No. Lightning. Cowboy guy. Yeah, that guy. That was awful. Yeah, that situation. Can you imagine living like that and having people being afraid of being near you? That'd be awful. That'd be so bad. I feel like a monster. Prior to feasibility of containment, SCP-938 was documented pursuing a single target for 36 years, 11 months, and 6 days until the target died of natural causes. What? The exact traits which prompt SCP-938 to fixate on an individual are unknown. In 12 of 19 recorded instances, SCP-938-A were documented to suffer from a number of disorders relating to stress or paranoia, including post-traumatic stress disorder, paranoid schizophrenia, and a number of severe phobias. These disorders are likely the result of extended proximity to SCP-938 and not a criterion by which it bases target selection. Oh. I don't know, man. That's so unlucky. He was, even in death, he was still a lightning rod? What the fuck? That's not okay. It's horrible, bro. Oh, these are all the addendums. The electrical phenomenon commonly known as St. Elmo's fire provides SCP-938 with a direct route of attack. SCP-938-A redacted SCP-938. A Foundation personal security detail redacted suffered acute UV burns and permanent blindness. Redacted died of resultant infections. I see. Hello there to you as well. Several members of MTF Theta 9 have reported subtle hallucinations, and a vague sense of unease while in vicinity of SCP-938. The most frequently reported hallucination has been irregular clusters of iridescent red eyes watching from poorly illuminated areas, including the shadows of personnel, foliage, and a handful of reports the night sky. Agent Redacted remarked he once mistook the phenomenon for stars. That's like when you're walking by the forest and a bunch of glowing red eyes are staring out at you and you just smile and wave at them because it's like, it feels like home, right? When they're right there with you. Yeah, it's like that old familiar feeling. Yeah. Just gotta go and be feral with them, bro. It's not even scary. This isn't even scary. I'm glad that none of them have scary pictures included. I'm just worried that some of them are going to, but it's okay. It's okay. Personnel responsible for the routine inspection and maintenance of SCP-938 containment have witnessed similar hallucinations in the vicinity of Capacitor Bank 0 despite no knowledge of MTF Data 9's reports. Maintenance personnel most often report these as clusters of eyes in the space between capacitors. So they're like entities. That's like a hive mind, kinda, maybe. Thank you for naming a Pokemon after me. You're very real for that. Some have freaky pics. Hopefully none that you guys submitted. How did a dog get on top of your bed? Scary horse photographs? I'm kind of worried about how this is gonna go, but let's figure this out. You're scared of this? No, it's okay. Eyes in the shadow aren't that bad. Just imagine there's like little googly eyes over them in your peripheral, and then it won't be that scary anymore. Your leader's gotcha! Until something actually scary shows up. But for now, we're fine. Statistical observation of weather patterns within 3,000 kilometers of SCP-938's confirmed locations aimed at determining if SCP-938 is capable of altering local weather patterns has proved inconclusive. The deleterious effects suffered by both known SCP-938 survivors are the erasure of significant stretches of memory and drastic alteration of both individuals' mannerisms and personalities. During subsequent evaluation, both professed to experience persistent feelings of depersonalization and derealization. Medical and physiological evaluation results are available to research personnel on request. So what the fuck is this actually meant to be? I feel like I'm missing this. 1128? That's ominous. I said I would read 504 next, I think. Yeah. 504 is next. I don't know what that was though. I don't know what it was. You guys have so many requests. We'll read 504. Let's see. Lightning guy from Scooby-Doo? Is that a thing? Is that a villain that I'm not aware of? 504. Critical tomatoes. This one does have a picture! Look at it! It's so red and ripe. Usually the tomatoes I see like that have like little nibbles taken out of them, you know? Little chunks missing. It's safe, apparently. It's a bright red tomato. All seeds, plants, fruit, crossbreeds, and other products of SCP-504 are to be classified as SCP-504. SCP-504 seeds need no special containment other than to prevent misuse by unauthorized personnel. Grown SCP-504 plants and their fruit should be kept in soundproof rooms. But tomatoes aren't a fruit, are they? I mean, they're a vegetable. They taste like vegetables. I'm pretty sure. I mean, avocados are vegetables. They kind of have tomato-like vibes to them, so... Bro, if tomatoes are a fruit, then Pluto is still a planet. I'm gonna just put it that way. That's I can see why this is an SCP now. They're a berry? That's like, bananas are technically berries too, aren't they? Avocados aren't fruit! Don't say that! Don't say that! Don't say that. That's, Tomatoes gotta be veggies? Bro, it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. The anti-VTuber fruit. I don't mind tomatoes, but they're not a fruit. They're not a fucking fruit. That doesn't make sense. I wish I could play Fruit Ninja on stream. That would be fun. That would be fun. I used to play that on the iPad all the time as a kid. Hot dogs are a sandwich? I won't disagree with you there. What's going on here? We're looking at SCP-504, which is apparently just tomatoes. Go figure. That a fruit. Bananas are a berry that grow on an herb that look like a tree that walks. What are you talking about? This is not a fruit! You can't put this in a fruit salad, so it's not a fruit. It doesn't make sense. Guards and researchers assigned to maturing or growing SCP-504 to be equipped with radio-enabled masks which insulate non-transmitted sound in order to be instructed to avoid attempts at humor? Huh? SCP-504 is a species of tomato physically and genetically identical to that of a commercially grown tomato. It was recovered in redacted Kentucky after a woman reported to the police that her farmer husband had been murdered by his lunch. Well, that's bad cooking, I think. The Foundation is currently working to identify and destroy loose strands of SCP-504 in the surrounding commercial farming areas. Well, that just doesn't make sense. There are quite a few SCP files where researchers have been punished for pranks or other misuse of objects. How the fuck do you misuse a tomato? You know, I'm not much of a farmer, but something about this just seems wrong. Is coconut a nut? I don't think so, because you're supposed to use like one of the nutcracker things. I don't think there's a... How the fuck do you open a coconut, actually? I'm not sure. Such a rotten tomato. You know what they say, one rotten tomato ruins the whole bunch. Hold on, let me see if this sound is still attached. I actually do want to test this out. Yeah, bear with me. No. It's not playing properly. I have a laugh track, but it's not hooked up right. So you guys don't get to hear the laugh track. Maybe another day. Maybe another day. At the very least, I got to hear it, and it was great. I'll recreate it. Ha 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 ha. Because there's clapping and laughing. A coconut opener? I don't think that's aren't you supposed to just like violently stab it with a knife? Yeah, just play like a sitcom laugh track in your head right now. When a poor attempt at humor is made verbally within human hearing range of SCP-504's tomatoes, they instantly accelerate to a speed of at least 100 miles per hour, approximately 160 kilometers per hour for 45 meters per second, in the direction of the sound source. Wait, so like, how did the trend of throwing tomatoes at people even start? Is there an actual story behind it, or is it just a saying, or did it actually happen at some point? I ain't ever seen a motherfucker get pelted with tomatoes, personally. I can't imagine it. It would ruin clothes for sure. Tomato stains are vicious. It's called history? At what point in history though, huh? That's a waste of tomatoes. It just doesn't make sense. Only mature tomatoes separated from their vines and less than 10% rotted or chemically compromised exhibit this effect once reached. Tomatoes do not have to be physically intact, though ingested tomatoes are usually insulated enough from sound to prevent their effects before neutralization by stomach acid. SCP-504 tomatoes seem to reach speeds relative to the inciting attempt at humor. See experiment log. Relevant variables seem to include corniness, humor to length ratio, and use of puns. I kind of like this one. Solon is given 20 little carrots to say to open a coconut, you must think like a coconut. How the fuck do you think like a coconut, though? I mean, I understand throwing rotten food at somebody because, you know, you gotta get rid of the food, right? But that's fucking awful, for one. For two, sometimes it makes it seem like they're throwing perfectly good tomatoes at someone. Which would hurt, by the way. I'm pretty sure rotten tomatoes are softer. But it's like that thing in schools, how they replace dodgeballs. Like, they used to be this rubber material, but now it's mostly like foam dodgeballs because kids kept getting like horribly injured. Cause I don't know this. I don't really know why this is rather, but for some reason people take dodgeball matches very seriously and will just try to like destroy somebody's whole existence. Just like send them to the fucking dodgeball shadow realm. Yeah, they got rid of rubber dodgeballs in most schools because they're too dangerous. What do you mean, why are the youth so weak? It's not weakness, man, it's pain. It's so painful. Children have no moral compass and it's really funny sometimes. They do hurt, they do, but it builds character. Rubber dodgeballs were the best. Do you guys not remember how painful it was to get hurt? Like, if one hits you, you're out of commission for a while. Man, they just don't build kids like they used to anymore. Whoever snuck SCP-504 into the cafeteria kitchen is getting terminated. Those tomato slices are like fucking shurikens. What does that mean? What does that mean? Just dodge, bro. It won't hurt if you dodge. One mature SCP-504 tomato. Subject D-504-1. Is a hippopotamus or just a really cool opotamus? What is an opotamus? No wonder there was no change in velocity. Get a better joke, buddy. You stink. Boo. Oh. One SCP-504 tomato. Same subject. What's an archaeologist? Somebody whose career is in ruins. Alrighty. That one's not bad. Tomato clocked at 124 miles per hour. Subject suffered a broken nose. You got me there, buddy. It appeared that SCP-504 has a certain taste in jokes. This might indicate sapience. I hope not. One mature SCP-504 tomato. 3 tomatoes are walking down the street. A papa tomato, a mama tomato, and a little baby tomato. Baby tomato starts lagging behind. Papa tomato gets angry, goes over to the baby tomato and smushes him and says, "Catch up." Oh. I hate these jokes. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I don't even think you use baby tomatoes in ketchup. Because, like, the thing is, I like tomatoes, but I don't like baby tomatoes. They're too squishy. It feels wrong. It feels gross. Cherry tomatoes are an abomination, okay? If you like tomatoes, that's good. I like tomatoes too. But if you like cherry tomatoes, then you're weird. It's like those people who eat the red cherries on top of milkshakes. You're a certain type of individual to be able to enjoy those. Although I haven't tried one before. I was just always told they were bad. Red cherries are good though. I'm definitely going off subject. You get what you understand. That's all that matters. I'm a little tongue-tied from all this reading, but it is what it is. Yellow tomatoes are lovely. Are they like fully grown yellow tomatoes? Red cherries are delicious? Aren't they really sweet or something? Huh. I wonder why they even started being added to milkshakes. Let's see. One mature SCP-504 tomato. So I was going to bed. My brother told me, "Good night. Don't let the bedbugs stick their proboscis in your skin and suck your blood." Pause. Good luck on a healthy dermis? Huh? I don't understand this joke. I mean, I know bedbugs are like really bad, and they're like, I'm missing the joke. That's a deep one. That's a deep one. 2-second pause before activity. Tomato clocked at redacted. Sound barrier broken. Subject killed. So that's like a complicated joke because it took him 2 seconds to be able to understand. Yeah, healthy dermis. That's a nerd joke. So it doesn't like nerd jokes. It likes shitty puns. This tomato would annihilate me? No. Oh, he explained what a bed bite is. Oh, bedbug bite. Yeah. I've never had bedbugs before. They seem really gross. I've only had fleas, which is a little bit less gross, but still kind of gross in hindsight. Didn't really know how bad it was until much later, but Bro, it be that way sometimes. It just kind of be that way. Puns are the highest form of humor. There's nothing better. 3. Mature SCP 504 tomatoes, each from a different crossbreed. If you have dentures, don't use artificial sweetener, because you'll get a fake cavity. Oh. That is a layered joke. I mean, I get it. There's not like... Is there a punchline? Well, no. No, not quite. This requires some humor analysis. I'm gonna have to do a stand-up stream at some point. I'm gonna have to write a whole routine. I know that I did it while drunk once upon a time in a stream that no longer exists. I gave like a 15-minute stand-up show. I think I was just cracking up at my own jokes the whole time. I don't know if that counts. It was really bad. It was really bad, bro. I can only do it while drunk, apparently. At least I laugh at my own jokes. That's what matters, you know? You can be the unfunniest motherfucker ever, but if you're able to laugh at yourself, that's what counts. Some of the funniest people in this world are not funny on purpose, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Drunk Tomoe is endearing. I'll stream drunk again sometime, don't worry. 1 mature SCP-504 tomato split into quarters. I tried to walk into Target, but I missed. See, that's easy to understand. That's easy to understand. All 4 pieces, clocked at 212 miles per hour. Subject severely injured. Right eye destroyed by piece of tomato. That's a very powerful descriptive word. Damn, bro. Got his ass. 1 mature SCP-504 tomato. Subject, CD playing, harmful if swallowed. 203, Dane Cook. A redacted tomato. Clocked 167 miles per hour. CD player destroyed. I don't get it. I don't get it. Then again, I've never heard that song before. Skullguard Thane was given 5 carrots to say I couldn't stand for these jokes, but thankfully I was sitting. Not bad, gentlemen, not bad. How do I not get it? I'm a little slow right now, okay? Dane Cook is bad comedian? Oh, so it doesn't like unfunny jokes. So it doesn't like bad okay. I don't know what's considered bad and what's considered bad, because sometimes when you say a joke is bad, you're like, oh, that's so stupid, that's so bad. But it's like a good bad. This doesn't make sense. It's confusing. 3 mature SCP-504 tomatoes, 1 for each test subject. After the introduction to the following news item, bomb blows hole in Lenin statue, the 3 following jokes were made. Oh, that's gonna leave a marks. Tomato number 1 twitched, but did not displace from its original location. BBC is just stalling the good news. Tomato clocked at 152 miles per hour, chipped tooth, and hairline jaw fracture. What happens if you get a hairline fracture on your hairline? That blows. Tomato cocked and redacted. Subject is hospitalized with a massive skull fracture. Whatever, bro. Whatever. I don't care anymore. It'd be a hairline skull fracture, but it's on your hairline, so it's a hairline. I understand if it's on your skull, but you gotta look at the bigger picture here, buddy. Thought we just established that recordings work in place of live subjects. I know how much you guys hate the Class Ds, especially D-404. 504-012. Poor guy might not even recover before termination rolls around. But I'm making it clear that whoever oversaw this round of testing is getting a serious reprimand. Same goes for whoever leaked its video logs to the staff. That would be funny, though. You're getting the tomatoes? You guys can't throw tomatoes at me. Although some of you might if you were able to, but that's okay. It's okay to be wrong. Television playing the SNL Sarah Palin and Hillary Clinton skit. Tomato reacted as if confused. Slow motion video shows 3 separate bursts of speed in excess of 200 miles per hour. 2 incidences of motion at normal throwing speeds and 1 unprecedented instance of backward motion. All in one trajectory. Dr. King hypothesizes that the tomato was unsure whether or not to take it seriously. What? These tomatoes are so weird. I don't know why I'm so invested in this tomato SCP. Throwing apples is perfectly acceptable. I'm also really sorry that I'm not able to like read these things a lot smoother. I'm sorry that my speaking is not as eloquent as it should be. I'm just not good at reading shit like this. I'm getting better at reading in general though. You guys are helping me improve in that regard, but I get tangled up a lot. That's all. One mature SCP 504 tomato. A portable computer playing a pre-recorded engineering joke. 2009 is going to be a complex year. We already know the real part. We still have to find the imaginary part. I only vaguely understand that. Is that an engineering joke? Huh? What the hell? It's a math joke. I figured. I was like, how is this engineering? I know I haven't done complex and imaginary numbers in a while. Supersonic blast detected. Computer was completely vaporized by the tomato's kinetic energy. Sensor readings indicate an approximate speed of 3,500 kilometers per hour, which is 2,174 miles per hour. Real Street Jack is given 5 carrots to say we're going to need more than an ex-horseist for this. Why would you say that? There's not even any evil spirits here. Also, congratulations on the first super chat. Why would you do it though? Why? Why? Does anybody else have any awful jokes they would like to share while we have tomatoes in the room? Thank you for clapping too. A round of applause is necessary to get over the emotional damage. One mature SCP-504 tomato. A portable computer playing a partial audio recording of the Monty Python sketch The Funniest Joke in the World. I can't even pronounce any of this. I don't understand the joke. What does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? What the fuck does this mean? I'm not pulling up Google Translate for this shit. What does it mean? German humor? It's Germany savage. I only speak English. I only speak American English, I should say. Yeah. Oh, it's bad German. Okay. Doesn't mean anything. Alright, I feel better about that then. Tomato explodes. Debris clocked at 137 miles per hour. Computer heavily coated by debris. Keyboard ruined by exposure to liquid matter. All other components prove functional after cleanup. German humor is not laughing matter. Whatever. It's the funniest joke in the world. How do you not get it? I'm sorry. One mature SCP-504 tomato. A portable computer playing the text of SCP-904. Data expunged? What is SCP-904? I don't want to know, but I want to know, but I don't want to know, and I don't know. I don't know. It was a competition skit. Oh, I see. I'm getting stressed out just thinking about this. Let's see. We have returned. We have to know. Oh, you want to know? I'm scared though. I'm scared. What if it's an actual scary one? I don't want to know. I don't know. It's an infection? It should be inscribed on a normal sheet of paper? What is it? How can an SCP be scary? You haven't been scared once so far. I feel like that's just because of the ones you guys submitted. This wasn't submitted What is this? Inscribed on an ordinary sheet of paper with not active observation or study, and it should be secured. I'm only gonna skim this one because this wasn't one that was submitted, but let's see what this is about. Secured non-combination vault and stored out of storage range of recording devices. Okay. But wait, but it was recorded for that. SCP-904 should only be handled or directly viewed by Class D personnel without backgrounds in literature, writing, or art. Any personnel viewing SCP-904 experiencing hallucinations or suicidal thoughts should be removed immediately from the situation. SCP-904 was discovered scratched on a bathroom wall in the literature department of Redacted University after reports of unusual behavior and difficulty speaking in approximately 300 students and staff. Do that many people read the bathroom walls? How much writing is there on the bathroom walls? In male bathrooms? I've never been in a male bathroom before. I don't understand. No, it's okay. It's alright. SCP-3008 was pretty good. Hello, horse streamer, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm a little perplexed right now, but I'm otherwise doing good. A lot? A lot. People wrote poems in there? Huh. Mobile Task Force ETA-10 See No Evil was sent to contain it after its viral nature was realized. Although all 3 Class D personnel involved in its transport were infected by visual contact, it was transported to site redacted without incident. You've had chats over several weeks? Paragraphs, tic-tac... What the fuck? Difference between a male bathroom and a male bathroom. One of those was confusing. Girl bathroom has writing too, according to your friends in the animation department. I've never really seen I mean, maybe if you go to like a shitty truck stop in the middle of nowhere and like you're in the middle of a long road trip, maybe then, but like it's not normal for there to just be writing in there, okay? Holes in the stall wall. Why would there be a hole in the stall wall? For what purpose? How the fuck did they even get it there? You know, I'm not gonna question that. That's, yeah. Alright. Alright. That's beyond my understanding. Why would there be blood in school stalls? What the fuck is going on in the stalls? I never want to be in... I just... I'm so confused. SCP-904 presents a slight... mimetic hazard to all who read it, but it is only harmful to those with a specific creative type mindset. An infected individual can infect other individuals. Symptoms include the tendency to use end rhymes uncontrollably in all speech. Reading SCP-904 multiple times or being very close to it after reading it once will result in the development of more refined poetic form containing iambic pentameter, a more complicated poetic form, or more fitting rhyme. Okay, so that's why a tomato doesn't like it. That makes sense. You can find the scariest shit in high school boy bathrooms? Are they like fighting their demons in there? What the fuck? What the fuck does that mean? The infection is not permanent. Some individuals will remain affected for up to 24 hours, while others will shake off the infection within 10 minutes. Typically, infections caught from other individuals will be shorter in duration than infections from the source. However, some individuals, mostly those with backgrounds in poetry and the arts, are more adversely affected by the infection. Those individuals have a more difficult time losing the infection. In rare cases, it will not subside, but will induce hallucinations regarding being trapped in cages, coffins, or otherwise. A state of extreme depression and the feeling that they're unable to express their thoughts or that their body is not theirs anymore or that they are being possessed. That escalated kind of quickly. Often the subject will choose to self-terminate. That escalated even more quickly. Researchers should use discretion when choosing who will view SCP-904. Anyone who's worked in maintenance will tell you women's bathrooms are worse than men. I don't know, because like there's like a disproportionate amount of women to men in maintenance usually. Unless you mean just like a standard setting where like the amount of men and women are equal. Maybe the women's restroom is worse, but I don't know. I haven't really been in that many bad women's restrooms outside of truck stops. Maybe I'm not going to the right places. I'm not sure. Class D personnel was exposed to SCP-904 and successfully infected. When asked to use a sentence ending in the word ninth, a word with no rhymes in the English language, data expunged. It should be noted that while infected, individuals don't casually choose non-rhyming words. They are able to, and the consequences may be deadly. At the request of the cleaning crew assigned to clean up the blood, researchers strongly discouraged from similar experiments. If this ever breaks containment, we're going to be facing a disaster. Suicidal poets or not. Dr. Redacted. So it's like the killer Dr. Seuss. Alrighty, let's go to the next SCP. SCP number 12. A bad composition. Oh, this one's short. Okay. But none of these are scary. These aren't even unsettling. They're just weird creative writing pieces. That's all these are at this point. SCP-12. Peanut? What do you mean peanut? I'm not disappointed by no scary, I'm just confused. You're a weird creative writing piece? Do you really mean that? SCP-12 is to be kept in a darkened room at all times. If the object is exposed to light or seen by personnel using a light frequency other than infrared, remove personnel for mental health screening and immediate physical. Only infrared? Really? Object is to be encased in an iron shielded box suspended from the ceiling with a minimum clearance of 2.5 meters or 8 feet from the wall, floors, and any openings. SCP-12 was retrieved by archaeologist K.M. Sandoval during the excavation of a northern Italian tomb and destroyed in a recent storm. The object, a handwritten note musical score entitled On Mount Golgotha. What the fuck is this? Oh. Hello. Oops, my bad. I clicked away. Let's see. Part of a larger set of sheet music appears to be incomplete. The red/black ink, first thought to be some form of berry or natural dye, was found later to be human blood from multiple subjects. Kind of weird, but okay. First personnel to locate the sheet, size 19, special salvage, had 2 members descend into insanity, attempting to use their own blood to finish the composition, ultimately resulting in massive blood loss and internal trauma. What does this have to do with peanuts? How do I not know that? If you know, you know, and if you don't know, then you don't know, you know? Everybody knows it! Listen here, I don't know a lot of things that I should know. I have no justification for that, actually. I don't know enough. Mixing blood is not a good idea. Yeah, they probably have, like, blood types that don't interact very well. Maybe that's what happened here. Following initial investigations, multiple test subjects were allowed access to the score. In every case, the subjects mutilated themselves in order to use their own blood to finish the piece, resulting in subsequent symptoms of psychosis and massive trauma. Those subjects who managed to finish a section of the piece immediately committed suicide, declaring the piece to be impossible to complete. Attempts to perform the music have resulted in a disagreeable cacophony, with each instrumental part having no correlation or harmony with the other instruments. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? I do not know. You want me to read the original SCP? Okay, let's go see what the peanut is. SCP-173. 173. Why is it not SCP number 1 if it's the original, though? Sculpture. Item SCP-173 is to be kept in a locked container at all times. When personnel must enter SCP-173's container, no fewer than 3 may enter at any time, and the door is to be relocked behind them. At all times, 2 persons must maintain direct eye contact with SCP-173 until all personnel have vacated and relocked the container. You don't like the scary entries? No, this is all user submitted. This is what people send me. Move to site 1993. Origin is as of yet unknown. It is constructed from concrete and rebar with traces of Krylon brand spray paint. SCP-173 is animate and extremely hostile. The object cannot move while within a direct line of sight. Line of sight must not be broken at any time with SCP-173. Personnel assigned to enter container are instructed to alert one another before blinking. It was made to show there are more when it first came out? It's a random thing, okay. And being 173 implied there were more. Oh! Why'd they choose 173? Or is that just a random number? Why'd they get rid of it? How could it just be a peanut, though? Object is reported to attack by snapping the neck at the base of the skull or by strangulation. In the event of an attack, personnel to observe Class 4 hazardous object containment procedures. Personnel report sound of scraping stone originating from within the container when no one is present inside. This is considered normal, and any change in the behavior should be reported to the acting HMCL supervisor on duty. The reddish-brown substance on the floor is a combination of feces and blood. Origin of these materials is unknown. The enclosure must be cleaned on a bi-weekly basis. Okay. Just think of the peanut as the weeping angels. Wait, so it's not an actual peanut? Huh? Thought it was like an actual... It has a good rating. Apparently, people really like this one. The more you know. The more you know. Well, that wasn't even on my list. Let's see, what else? Oh, it's a person, not a peanut. I don't want to Google it on stream. I'm not looking up the picture on stream, bro. I refuse to use Google on stream right now. It's a statue. I see. The next one is an incomplete chronicle. All of these are literary. There's not even any creatures at this point. They're all just objects. They're all objects. SCP-140 must never be brought closer than 15 meters to any source of standard ink, human blood, or other fluid suitable to writing. Oh, this is like the other one. Any contamination by blood or ink must be reported immediately. Any remaining copies of SCP-140 created during the initial printing must be found and destroyed as soon as possible. Only SCP-140 is to be preserved for purposes of study, early warning, and cataloging and recording possible SCPs derived from its subject matter. The book about a book? The chronicle? Huh? What is it? What is it? I wonder. SCP-140 is contained at Site-76 in a sealed vault containing a single desk. At this time, no research is to be carried out upon the single original SCP-140. Researchers are to read from prepared copies not bearing the signature of its author, which lack its properties. In the event of approved research, SCP-140 may not be removed from the vault, and readers may not be in contact with it for longer than 9 hours. Access requires written approval from the head researcher for the explicit purpose of testing. An armed guard stationed outside the vault will meet any attempted theft with deadly force. The meta-narratives? What's that? What is that? I don't understand. Should any personnel begin displaying obsession with SCP-140 or signs of possible mimetic containment, they are to be issued a Class A amnesia... amnestic false memories implanted as necessary, transferred to another project. Transfer personnel must be monitored for signs of relapse. Oh, it was based off of a painting. Okay. So, like, how scary is the SCP game? I almost think I should play it now, but I'm also, like, worried if these are, like, all the tame SCPs. And I don't want to, like, get traumatized by a game. I'm not that brave, you know? I'm still weak. I'm so weak, man. So very weak. SCP-140 is a modern hard copy with an unmarkable Unremarkable black binding and an unknown number of white pages. The book jacket is missing, but the title, A Chronicle of Devas, is clearly legible. The inside cover is signed by the author, whose name is indecipherable. The text is copyrighted, 19 redacted. Careful examination reveals there are far more pages between the bindings that could be contained within them. More jump scares. They feature most of the scary, dangerous ones in the game. Why is it called containment breach? It's like all, oh yeah, because all these are contained, right? And if they breach containment, then it's really bad. It's the only game to make you scream. Why is it that bad? Why? Eric is given 4.99 carats to say the whole gimmick is written like government paperwork. Imagine Roswell plus Cthulhu monsters. SCP used to be a bunch of random articles that were not really linked to each other, but then SCP became more popular and it's all about meta stuff, and my OC is more powerful than your OC. That makes sense. I wonder why though. It's multiplayer one that can be pretty goofy? But how did they breach containment? Like, how did they get out? Did somebody leave the door open or some shit? Readers admit to feelings of paranoia, unease, and occasional nausea while reading SCP-140, although this may be related to the subject material. Nonetheless, readers almost universally described SCP-140 as fascinating and expressed continued interest, despite its frequently unsettling content. 1 in 15 readers described SCP-140 as having a faint odor of dried blood. That's a lot of content. SCP-140 is a detailed account of ancient civilization originating in what is now south-central Siberia, identified as the Davites. Although, like all cultures, the Davites evolved and changed over time, they appear to have exhibited unusual continuity. Sorry. Really good reading. Some are scary, some aren't. How? I don't know. I feel like there's just so much to this. How do you guys even get super into SCPs? I mean, like, from a writing and reading perspective, it's interesting. I don't understand how these are so layered. How there's so much detail into them. It's interesting. But it's also confusing as hell. Universal fixtures of the Davite culture in all periods include militarism, conquest, ancestor worship, urban centers ruling over large slave population, gruesome human sacrifice, and the practice of apparently efficacious... Oh god, that's a big word. Rituals, yes, rituals. A variety of relics and creatures produced by the Davite culture would be abnormal or dangerous enough if the account is to be believed to qualify for containment in their own right. I quite like this writing. I don't know if I could ever write in this sort of like format, because I'm not really good at research-based writing. More of just like a free spirit creative writer, you know? Thaumaturgy is like metal stuff? I believe so, yes. Now that you mention it, that does sound familiar. If SCP-148 comes into contact with any fluid suitable for writing, including human blood, the account of the Davite civilization history expands. Human blood appears to be the most potent of possible writing substances, but in any case, the amount of new material does not correspond proportionally to the fluids introduced. Although these new segments sometimes include new descriptions of rituals or cultural traits or illustrations of previously covered material, they more frequently include new, more recent accounts of information chronicling the continued history of Davite civilization or descriptions of new individuals or artifacts. Formerly decisive defeat becomes setback, new persons and events are inserted. Foundation archaeologists have discovered corresponding new artifacts and traces of the Davite civilization, applicable locations and strata, in some cases found in dig sites that have already been thoroughly explored. Holy shit, that's a lot of writing! I'm not reading any. I know I'm not creating a copy post. Yeah, it's basically I don't think I need to read the whole thing in this case. It's like you add blood and more things appear. I guess it's just a book that keeps on it keeps on writing itself. It's not boring. It's just that's a lot of that's a lot of information. I'll go on to another one now. I am in fact reading, yes. Make her read about the Scarlet King. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? I don't even know who submitted this. I don't know who submitted any of these. All my submissions are anonymous. Tomoe is suffering. That's still kind of a short one. I'm not suffering. These are interesting. But I have to get through more of them. Number 1. The Cup of Joe. That's not... Yeah, a lot of these have interesting titles. I mean... The Stepford Marriage Rings. The Blood Organ. The Soul Press. I don't like... Why do you keep saying 999? The Tickle Monster. I'm not reading the Tickle Monster. The fuck? Read the classics? I don't know what the classics are! This is my first time reading SCPs. You feel better now? Hey man, it be what it be. 387 is on the list. Alrighty! SCP-387. Due to the nature of this object and the almost non-existent harm it poses, it is stationed in a storage container in Site-19 with a standard lock. The red tub in which SCP-387 is contained does not possess any unusual properties itself and has been determined through testing, but SCP-387 will not duplicate itself unless at least a layer of it covers the bottom of the aforementioned container. A sheet is available for those wishing to utilize SCP-387. Access will be revoked if it is not properly stored. Yeah, it's Legos. It's just Legos. I mean, that's pretty harmless. SCP-387 is a tub of commercially available Lego, normal in design, irregular shapes. Not featured in normal sets, such as circular wheels and prisms are also available. How the fuck do you build with those? It has no brand name, and every company interviewed by undercover agents thus far have denied ever making irregular Lego. When the tub is not full, i.e. when it is partially or almost fully emptied, the Lego will slowly duplicate themselves, stopping when the container is full. That is magic. That's just a shit ton of Legos. Who doesn't love Legos? The interesting property of SCP-387 is that when constructed by a human hand, the constructions will animate themselves, performing activities based on their surroundings. For example, if a Lego man, which is a man constructed using the provided humanoid parts, is placed within a car, he will begin to drive it. Further experimentation has revealed that the car, and indeed any complex machine, needs no internal engine or power source. The Lego people have some form of sentience as they interact with each other quite readily. It's kind of nice. It's like Lego City, right? Maybe this is the plot of Lego City! What happens if you fall into the river at Lego City? That's a thing, right? I don't think stepping on a Lego hurts that much. It's more so like when it's like a surprise. Please give me 2 carries to say check SCP-343, also known as God. I do have that on my list. Okay, I'll check that out next. Someone submitted it. If left over time, the constructed people and buildings will evolve. They will take on occupations based on the buildings around them. Example, some people will become firemen and use fire trucks if the corresponding objects are there. They will also use SCP-387 to construct more things to expand their society. Humans can interact with them quite peacefully, but if a human becomes hostile to them, they will immediately cease all activity and become inanimate. Like Toy Story! No, I think those guys were inanimate around humans anyway. That only happens if you let go. What are you talking about? What are you... Lego brain? Huh? SCP-387 was found in February 20, redacted by Agent H, redacted during a long trade ride back to the city he lived in. Agent H, redacted, idly constructed a man from SCP-387, which was in the seat beside him at the time. Several seconds later, it became animated. Agent H, redacted, and quickly disassembled the man and delivered the item to Site-19 for analysis, where it now remains. The security tapes from the train were confiscated and destroyed before they could be reviewed. Lego, yeah. SCP-387 should not be given to children under the age of 10, especially if the aforementioned children are influenced by cartoons and television shows. Also, yes, good evening to you as well. A small community of SCP-387 is formed in a testing chamber. A plane constructed from a normal Lego is placed to the side of the community. Over the next 3 hours, the following changes were observed. Several Legomen procured some equipment from SCP-387, heading over towards the plane. With incredible efficiency, the Legomen constructed what was, for all intents and purposes, a working airport, the specific pieces having been supplied by SCP-387 without visible signal. A petrol tank zoomed in over to said plane, apparently filled it with fuel, despite early observations that vehicles constructed from SCP-387 do not require fuel, and the plane proceeded to literally take off, flying around the room at low speeds and altitudes, seemingly to avoid crashing. There is in fact a Lego SCP, the more you know. Yeah, petrol, that's not particularly American. This is a lot of reading. That's okay. This is very educational. Sure, the Umarmy is a horse private. Welcome to the Umarmy. P2 starts 0600. It's nice to have you. This is in fact quite British. It's quite British. Judging by this, I'd say the constructions of SCP-387 have some form of understanding of the surrounding environment, and they're able to convert existing Lego to 387. Seems like it. Several young children were given SCP-387 and were given instructions to use their imagination. The children who had their memories of this experiment removed began constructing various objects. After having noticed that they were animate, they excitedly conferred and began building several objects that they intended to use in battling each other. This included a transformer, an M1 Abrams tank, and several expunged. What the fuck? The children are instantly removed, at which point the creations began to fire and eventually destroy each other, though not after considerable effort. How the fuck did these children gain knowledge of the workings of an M1 Abrams tank, no less expunged? I'm not responsible for cleaning out the mess that these things make. If anyone is stupid enough to let children go at SCP-387, I have not recommended an upgrade to Euclid, as the constructions did not fire whilst in the presence of humans. This has been tested with adults and proved just a correct. Why would it build a fucking tank? Kids will be. I don't know if it's just kids will be kids. It's. The red tub that contained SCP-387 is emptied of Lego. Commercially available Lego is then placed in the container for a minute. Constructed objects are inanimate and remain so. SCP-387 is replaced. It is noted that the Lego placed in the tub did not duplicate. Okay, so it's its own thing. Kids love tanks. What are you talking about? I don't think this has anything to do with the War Thunder forms. Excuse you. I feel like I've stumbled over my words more times this stream than I have the entirety of the year. Truly, I am a master of the English language. It's okay to be impressed. There we go. Hold on. Alright, there we go. Now I'm ready to be more American and read with greater literacy. Red tub itself has no abilities by itself. Yep. It needs that tub. So it's like they work. It's a copyright mechanism that stops copies of 387 from being made. Probably. If you stumble any harder, we might have to take you out back. No, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I can do this. I can handle this much at least. Don't worry about it. Robotic arm was used to construct a car out of 387. It did not animate. The test was repeated with a human hand, at which point the car animated as usual. A dead hand from a recently dismembered agent was used, to no response. The hand was then heated, which still provoked no response. It needs a pulse or some other detector of human life. It's like those Christmas movies where you like need the magic of human imagination or whatever that bullshit is. This SCP has been in high demand for extended use, as further testing has revealed no more anomalies or features. In the personnel tested, SCP-387 has improved morale and attitude by 87%. People are really kids at heart here. As such, I am recommending that all personnel be given free access for recreational use. Well, the OCD has given 10 carrots to say I don't recommend on stream because it's quite a long read, but SCP-2273 will make you ugly cry. Russian soldier from another time has to deal with PTSD and survivor's guilt. Okay, let me make a note of it. I mean, I do like reading these. I read a lot faster in my head, but I have to like set the scene for you guys, you know? How much information has been retained? I'm not really good at like reading and explaining and also retaining. Although the tomato one is pretty unforgettable. That's quite straightforward. That's quite straightforward. Once a normal community of 387 was constructed, a small mound of mega blocks, a common copy of Lego, was placed near the community. How many of you actually use mega blocks instead of Legos? How many are mega blocks fans? I don't know anybody who used mega blocks. When this happened, everything constructed of 387 stopped moving, turned slowly towards the mega blocks, and expunged. Jesus fucking Christ. They do not like mega blocks. That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for submitting that one. That was a good read. I'm quite pleased with that one. I'm trying to remember the one that was just recommended. I think 343 was what was it? Halo? Halo Mega Blocks? What are you talking about, bro? What are you saying? I didn't even know that there were Halo Mega Blocks. They have Halo sets. Well, I guess that's the best way to get people to buy Mega Blocks, is just Halo. Okay. God. SCP-343 resides in a 6.1 meter by 6.1 meter, which is 20 by 20 feet, squared feet, I believe. Yeah, 20 square feet. Room at Minimal Security Site 17. It should be brought any items it requests and visited by at least one staff member each day. Attempts to further add safety precautions or required clearances are unnecessary / impossible due to the nature of SCP-343. SCP-343 is male. Oh, it's a thingy. It's not an object this time. It's like an individual. Seemingly raceless, humanoid in appearance with apparent omnipotence. Yeah. SCP-343 was discovered walking the streets of somewhere that is in America. And detained after a staff member witnessed him disappear from the streets and reappear on a rooftop. SCP-343 is detained willingly in his chamber as containment has proved impossible. SCP-343, colloquially nicknamed God by the staff here, looks like an older man, although his features are different to each observer. In my talk with him, he claimed outright to be the creator of the universe. Oh, it's in Poland. Okay. That's a famous center of culture. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't want to look like any more of a fool than I already have, bro. I can't handle this shit. When I asked him to prove this, he laughed, walked through the wall of the chamber, and returned seconds later with a hamburger in his hand. When I returned for a second visit, the previously bare cell had been furnished in an upscale, Old English style, compete with a roaring fireplace and seemed many times larger than it did from the exterior. SCP-343 greatly enjoys speaking with people and seems to have knowledge of all topics. Visiting with SCP-343 has become a daily event for many of the staff here, and all employees report feeling generally happier after each visit. Why? Attempts to bar staff below level 3 clearance have proved unsuccessful as guard assigned to watch the room quit their post, saying, "You know he likes the company," or shrugging when questioned. Since SCP-343 has been harmless thus far, all staff have been allowed access. He's chill, yeah, apparently so. And somehow they all have time to meet with him for as long as they need. For now, I leave this report open as further questioning of SCP-343 is ongoing. Oh. Warning, SL4 hire needed for further access. Oh. In regards to document 343-1A, there is no relevant records available or seemingly in existence, and similarly, all records of Dr. Redacted ever working with SCP-343 or Dr. Beck are missing and presumed non-existent. All staff questions about the document convey ignorance of document 343-1A's and claimed not to have met Dr. Redacted in a related matter. Senior Officer Dr. Beck has requested a higher staff rotation to increase morale in worse off sections. This is a very odd request and was the subject of further investigation. He's just chill. Other localized anomalies such as better health, greater job satisfaction, and lower fatalities in this section have led to the request being granted. The subject is now closed on the orders of O5-redacted. Oh, this is all, don't question it. It just happens type of shit. Okay. That's so confusing, bro. You can't stop him. You just can't stop him. I'm not gonna be able to cover him anymore. I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, it was kind of neat, honestly. He was harmless. What else do I want to go over? Everything's confusing me. I'm not that easily confused. I'm just trying to understand these things. Please stop the game. I'm not playing the game. I'm not gonna scare myself, bro. I'm not good with horror. I'll play a horror game probably next week, but it's a matter of sleepy horse. I'm a little sleepy, but also reading for a long period of time is just tiring. Can you put the list in the description of the VOD? I'm sure I could like go back and take a look. I did do 3008. Infinity IKEA was the first. Boris 2. Given 2 carrots to say SB73 can enable is long but good too. Why you guys all want me to do 96? What does it say? The Shy Guy? Alright. SB96 is to be contained in its cell. A 5x5 wait, huh? Yeah. 5 meters cubed. Airtight steel cube at all times. Weekly checks for any cracks or holes are mandatory. There are to be absolutely no video surveillance or optical tools of any kind to look inside SCP-96 cell. Security personnel will use pre-installed pressure sensors and laser detectors to ensure SCP-96 presence inside the cell. Any and all photos, video, or recordings of SCP-96's likeness are strictly forbidden without approval from Dr. Redacted and O5 Redacted. SCP-96 is a humanoid creature measuring approximately 2.38 meters in height. Subject shows very little muscle mass with preliminary analysis of body mass suggesting mild malnutrition. Arms are grossly out of proportion with the rest of the subject's body with an approximate length of 1.5 meters each. Skin is mostly devoid of pigmentations with no sign of body hair. What the fuck is this? Mostly, the thing that confuses me the most about this, I was fully prepared for there to be like disgusting images or something. Did they just remove most images from the website? Because it seems that way. It seems that way. Why did they remove the photos? What made them remove them? Was it like really bad? Like really bad? SCP-96's jaw can open 4 times the norm of an average human. Other facial features remain similar to an average human with the exception of the eyes, which are also devoid of pigmentation. Why the fuck would you guys recommend this one to me? It is not known whether SCP-96 is blind or not. It shows no signs of any higher brain functions and is not considered to be sapient. So how tall is 2.38 meters in feet, by the way? So I'm trying to get like a mental picture of this. People want to scare me? I see. At least 6 feet. Well, that's truly terrifying. This one's in the game. 9 feet? What? What? Why would they not just say that, man? Meters is so confusing. It makes it sound small. SCP-96 is normally extremely docile with pressure sensors inside its cell indicating it spends most of its day pacing by the eastern wall. However, when someone views SCP-96's face, whether it be directly via video recording or even photograph, it will enter a stage of considerable emotional distress. Fuck. Dude, what? I don't want to look at the picture. I don't want to see this. I don't want to be scared. No. Meters. I mean, I understand meters, but feet is just easier to understand when you're talking about human height. SCP-96 will cover its face with its hands and begin screaming, crying, and babbling incoherently. I've been there too. Approximately 1 to 2 minutes after the first viewing, SCP-96 will begin running toward the person who viewed its face, who will from this point on be referred to as SCP-96-1. I can understand how this made it into a horror game. Documented speeds have varied from 35 kilometers per hour to redacted kilometers per hour and seem to depend on the distance from SCP-96-1. At this point, no known material or method can impede SCP-96's progress. So as long as you don't directly look at it, it's good, right? Okay, so one singular copyright claim scared them into removing most images. Well, that makes sense. At least we have its picture of tomatoes. That was pretty good. Don't look at its face. Just don't look at its face. It's shy. Documented speeds have varied. Okay, so let's see. This reaction does not. Wait, hold on. The actual position of SCP-96-1 does not seem to affect SCP-96's response. It seems to have an innate sense of SCP-96-1's look. That is fucking terrifying! Almer, I was given 5 carrots to say if you want wholesome 991 is as wholesome as it gets, or SCP-2295. Why? This reaction does not occur when viewing artistic depictions, though. One single pixel of its face can cause a massive containment breach? Bro, what? Upon arriving at SCP-96-1's location, SCP-96 will proceed to kill and data expunge SCP-96-1. 100% of cases have left no traces of SCP-96-1. SCP-96 will then sit down for several minutes before regaining its composure and becoming docile again. Will then attempt to make its way back to its natural habitat. Data redacted. Due to the possibility of a mass chain reaction, including breach of Foundation secrecy and large civilian loss of life, retrieval of subjects should be considered alpha priority. That's terrifying, bro. That's scary as hell. Dr. Blanks has also petitioned for immediate termination of SCP-96. Order is awaiting approval. No? Termination order has been approved and is to be carried out by Dr. Redacted on data redacted. Let's see. Begin log. So let's give it 20 carrots to say SCP-513 is a wholesome object? If you want a fun SCP that doesn't require reading, check out 2521. How does that require 0 reading? How can it be an SCP if you don't have to read? Captain Redacted. It always sucks ass to get initial retrieval duty. You have no idea what the damn thing is capable of besides what jacked up information the field techies can scrape up, and you're lucky if they even tell you the whole story. It's supposed to bag and tag, didn't tell us jack shit about not looking at the damn thing. Could you describe the mission, please? Yes, sorry, we had 2 choppers, one with my team and one backup with Zulu 9-B and Dr. Redacted. We spotted the target about 2 clicks north of the patrol path. I'm guessing he wasn't facing our direction or else he would have taken us out then and there. The name of the SCP is bad? Am I gonna die? Me? Your report says SCP-96 didn't react to the cold. It was negative redacted Celsius. Actually, it was negative redacted. Yes, it was but naked. What? Huh? Why is it not clothed? Not testing containment or eradication. 2521. 2521. But what does that mean? Why are you guys trying to make me look at it? Why am I? Yeah, just put some clothes on, bro. You're gonna catch a cold. Actually, yeah. Anyway, we landed, approached the target, and Corporal Redacted got ready to bag it. That's when Dr. Redacted called. I turned to answer, and that's what saved me. The target must have turned, and my whole squad saw it. That's when SCP-96 entered an agitated emotional state. Yep. Interview now pauses for a second before continuing. Sorry, I got the willies for a second. That's alright. Yeah, well, I never saw its face. My squad did, and they paid for it up the ass. Could you describe it a little more, please? Captain Redacted. Everyone mentioning it? Wait, what's wrong? What? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Oh, yeah, I mean, this one was in the game, so I assume other one. He's indestructible? Isn't that like the worst type of villain in a horror game? It reminds me of the monster in Outlast. Cause that was that indestructible too? I don't even know what the fuck that was. I think it was a demon? And then, yeah, I don't know. I hate horror so much, god damn it. Started screaming at us and crying, not animal roaring though, sounded like a person, really fucking creepy. Started firing at it, picked up Corporal Redacted and ripped off his leg. God, he was screaming for help. Rolling chunks out of the target round after round, didn't do jack shit. Almost lost it when it started. Data expunged. What? That was when you ordered the use of an AT-4 HDT launcher? Yeah, an anti-tank gun. Started carrying it over since SCP Redacted got loose. I've seen those tear through tanks like tissue paper. Did the same thing to the target. There's significant damage to SCP-96. He didn't even fucking flinch. It kept tearing apart my squad, but with half its torso gone. What? If it did, it wasn't showing it. It must have lost all its organs, all its blood, but it didn't acknowledge it. Bro, who the fuck puts this in a game? That's even worse. No actual structural damage. How many rounds would you say were fired at it? At the least 1,000. Our door getter kept his GAU 19 on it for at least 20 seconds. 20 seconds. What the fuck? That's when Zulu 9B arrived. Yeah, my squad was gone. Zulu 9B managed to get the bag over its head, and it just sat down. Got into the chopper and got it here. I don't know how. I never saw its face. Huh. We've obtained an artist's depiction of SCP-96's face. Would you like to view it? You know, after hearing that thing scream and the scream of my men, I don't think I want to put a face on what I heard. No, just no. Alright, I believe we're done here. Thank you, Captain. Yeah, it has to be terminated. Although I don't know how the fuck you kill that thing. Thank you! Very nice. So SCPs, very interesting. There's a lot of variety. Yeah. It's a lot. SCP-2521. 2521. Let me look at the title of it. 2521. What does it mean? It's a thingy. And it says, should document. It collects things that know about it. What is, oh, it's a comic. What the hell? What does it mean? Oh, he's right there. Oh, wait, why is he hiding? Huh? It's a pictograph because it knows when you read about it. No words allowed. Okay. Bro, what the fuck? No information. Oh! Oh, it's showing what happens in different instances. What are the little thingies there? What? Oh, are those like rope hands? Information. But it doesn't like... Oh, it likes information about itself. Okay, so that's how it's breaking it apart. It wants information. And then... Okay. Candlejack? Huh? So you can talk about it. And then... Written... It will kill you, because it doesn't like that. Well, no, it just doesn't... I guess it doesn't kill you, does it? Oh, it can't be contained? Why is it killing him? Why did it kill him? What the fuck? It just takes you. Oh, because you can't forget it, I guess. It's just a bunch of fucking dots, bro. What the hell? If you talk about it, you are taken. Snitches get stitches. Well, I probably didn't give the best readings. I've learned a lot. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun, honestly. I feel like I've learned a lot. I feel like you guys wanted me to read a lot more, and I'm sorry that I wasn't able to get through all of them. I probably spent, like, more time just trying to get through some of those that I should have, but it was kind of like an experiment in its own right. I'm sorry I couldn't get through more. I know you guys keep recommending more, but I don't think I can get through anymore. I only have so much power as one illiterate reader. Can only read so much. I'm glad you guys had fun. Honestly, I'm glad. I was worried that I wasn't like going through them well enough at the right pace, because I pronouncing words can be complicated, but it was nice looking into all the different writing experiments. I like that they all covered different subjects too. Like, I never knew what to expect going from one to the next. Oh, it's no problem. It's no problem. As long as you guys are having a good time, I am too. Although sometimes I go ahead and selfishly have fun on my own. I'm just fine if you decide to read them in your own time. It's very easy to follow down the SCP rabbit hole. The only thing I'm afraid of is accidentally opening one and it getting jump scared by a scary image, because that's what used to happen when I opened the website in the past. And I have not really seen any horror-related imagery this year. Like, I've managed to completely avoid it somehow. Some fucking how. I don't know how, but my logic is, and this has actually kind of worked so far, if I don't look at scary things, then I don't have nightmares. I don't really have that many dreams in general, but I don't wanna look at the scary things. Yes, copyright saved me. And it saved anyone else who might be watching the VOD now, because they can just pull it up and not be jump scared by anything. So we're totally fine. We're totally fine. SB Dollhouse and Overlord, very cool fan film. I have much more to look at. The last one I remember with scary images is the head spiders one. I don't want to be scared. Although 96 was really unsettling. I am very concerned about what could be lurking deeper within the images that were deleted. But it is what it is. Especially the game. Like, I feel like if I watch snippets of the game, I'll just be terrified. Hold on, let me switch over here. And now I'm here! Right here. Just a horse with glasses. I'm happy you guys had fun though. Thank you for being patient with me. I'll try to do more things like this where you guys are able to like submit your own things, because it's kind of like, it feels more like a group experience then. Like, we're all sitting around a cozy campfire, just not watching things burn, although that is pretty fascinating, it's alright. But we're just, it's like story times and stuff. It's nice. It's pretty nice. Let's do more fun things like that. I'll get experimental. We'll see. We'll see what else October has in store. Because I'm probably gonna play one horror game by the end of the month. Most likely. I did put out, like, not a poll, but like I asked for horror game suggestions, so I'll at least play a little bit of it, so. But with that all being said, thank you all very much for stopping by tonight. It's been fun as always, and I hope to catch you around again next time. Yes, I'll probably be playing Faith. That seems to be the one that's most requested, so I don't know if I'll be playing it next week or the week after. We'll see. Because I have to see what I have on my list right now. I'm not playing Silent Hill, fuck that. Good night, everybody. Take care. Don't get into any mischief.